Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent reporting is to make you better understand the world as we evolve. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Good day, viewers. Good day to you. It's 12 o'clock, Milan, Italy, and my name is Mark Godwin. We're here on our Friday news updates, world affairs, and joining me as usual are my coordinators, partners from different parts of the world. Far away, Ghana, Africa, Ghana, West Africa is our man Olayinka Raji. Raji, what are you doing in Ghana?
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Sir George. I'm holidaying in Ghana, escaping from the pressure cooker situation in Nigeria.
Okay, let the other guys join us. Let the other guys join and let them hear what you're saying. So in Toronto, viewers in Toronto, Canada is Sir George Chukwu. Sir George Chukwu, you're welcome to World Affairs Friday.
Good morning, my Godwin, and viewers from around the world. Welcome to our show today. Etisen,
Boko.
Welcome.
We can't be here all by ourselves, man. Marlin, we need that touch. So in Lagos, Nigeria is our BD Nana. BD, you're welcome to World Affairs.
Good morning, everyone in the house. Saraji, Sir George, our viewers all around the world. Good morning.
Good morning, BD.
Good morning, BD. You're all welcome, gentlemen and lady. A lot is happening, but let's know what Raji is doing in Ghana. Raji, what are you doing in Ghana?
Wow! You didn't tell us, Saraji.
I have to escape. When the bird is escaping, it doesn't tell the other. I have to escape from the pressure cooker situation in Nigeria, man.
So you left only me here, all alone.
Yes, in your pressure cooker state. I honestly, since I left the atmosphere that is in Nigeria, it seems as if a burden has been lifted off my shoulders.
Oh dear.
The moment I passed the Diroko border, I came by road. It was a leisurely ride. The moment I passed through the Diroko border, everything changed. My sense of being changed. Now I wonder what the kind of atmosphere under which you are existing in Nigeria.
Oh dear.
Everything changed. Since I came back here, in fact, life seems to be so easy, and this is how it's supposed to be.
But Raji, you were one of those that voted for Tinubu's government.
Yes.
And
yes, I had to vote.
You now had an option of escaping, but you voted, and you are now allowing the man to deal with.
No, please, George. No. The fact that I voted for Tinubu does not make me complicit to the nonsense that he's doing. I voted for him. Hold on, I voted for him, believing that as a Yoruba man, he has a certain level of Omoluabi in him, a certain level of integrity, of his decency that the Yoruba people are known for. But since he came in, he has not shown that he's a true Yoruba person, because I have not seen any level, even an iota of Omoluabi in him. From the very first day he came in, even throughout the campaign, it was all deception. That is not Yoruba. That is not Yoruba. So I can come to you and say, look, because even up to today, we are not even sure who he is. Is it Bola Ahmed Tinubu or somebody else? Is he truly a Yoruba person or some caricature of a person? see,
But I
because
think Saraji has a point because I know some Yorubas who I know, they like doing things right. They like getting things right. Do you understand? They like professionalism. They like things being done. You know, I said it in this our group that the people who are actually pushing Tinubu's agenda are people who Tinubu intentionally have grown over the 30 years of his political life for the period we are in today. I'm telling you, it's not all the Yoruba, it's those people he has groomed into toggery, all these things, the
Okay.
kind of business he's into
gangsterism,
today.
Okay.
it's clear
Gentlemen,
gangsterism.
it's okay.
That's
We're going
it.
to come to this. You're welcome. It's good to see you. We hope you enjoy your stay in Ghana. Let's
It
go.
is not a hope. I am enjoying my stay in Ghana.
Bring Kente for me,
Wow.
oh.
Let's
Bring
go.
Kente for me.
Okay.
Let's go to some update. Let's do some home news updates before we go into our international news. There is an update that says Edwin Clark. We all know that elder man, elder statesman. Elder Clark writes to the IGP that Wike should be arrested for treason. I know George will come into that. Another update we have coming in. Let's just do all the. Let me just say it before we go. Is there is a push for debt relief and investment. Our representative at the United Nations Secretary Amina Mohammed has pledged backing Nigeria for economic strategy ahead of the African Food Summit in Kigali. So, gentlemen, let's talk about these two things before we go on. It came in before we set out here. Elder statesman Edwin Clark says Wike should be arrested. George, I think you stand on that too.
Yes, it's about time for we that are in the diaspora to come together and begin to put some of these narratives by the government officials. We need to start putting them in order. We need to start making sure that nobody escapes those international standards that are set for countries like Nigeria and other. When they begin to mess up, we need to publish their names. We need to make sure that every embassy around the world, will understand what is going on in Nigeria and bar them from leaving Nigeria for any other country, that they will not be able to enter into some of these other countries that they usually go to escape, to have to spend our money. It is about time, because the impetus of these government officials is getting out of hand. The abuse is so much right now that it's time for us in the diaspora who have seen better, experienced better, to begin to take action, and it will be done. Because enough is enough. People are not animals in Nigeria. And it is about time, if they want to have a military rule, let us know that it is a military rule. If it is a gangster government, let us come out and tell the whole country that you guys are subjects, you are animals, so that we will understand that this is the way they are treating us. And we understand that, yes, indeed, we're not citizens, but we're animals, subservient to whatever they say and whatever they do. So it is about time, because the kind of impetus these people are having and what comes out of their mouth, as if these Nigerians are nothing but goats and sheep that are being transported in a lorry from one part of the country to another. This is what we're experiencing in Nigeria, and it is about time for those wings to be clipped internationally so that they will understand.
Okay, let me come also to BD. BD, this is the update we just got this morning. What's your view on that? He should be arrested for treason. That's what the elderly man is saying.
See, Edwin Clark made that statement in a press conference in Asokoro, in Abuja yesterday. And that call that he's calling is actually coming late. Yes, that man should have been arrested. Wike has been making a lot of insightful statements. But we live in a country whereby if you commit a lot of atrocity, no matter how bad or how deadly your atrocity is, just go to APC and you are forgiven. That's what we have in Nigeria. Wike has made a lot of insight. The one he said recently that actually got Edwin Clark attention was Wike said, a whole Minister of Federal Capital of Federal Republic of Nigeria, that he's going to cause problems in all the states managed by PDP. And the government is looking away as if they didn't hear what he said.
What he said.
Do you understand? I want Edwin, but unfortunately, they are not going to arrest him. Yes, this is Nigeria. Mark it.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Even if he's not arrested, there is what you call Interpol, and there is what you call international awareness of everything that is going on in our country. If you can accommodate, you will. But if it becomes intolerable and actions are taken, then they will have to do something about it. When they begin to understand that there is the evil that men do lives after them, and the consequences are dire. Just the same way a man will take a gun and go and kill somebody, it doesn't matter where you are. When you are arrested, you'll be prosecuted. In the same manner, when you use your mouth to begin to threaten people, there's a woman who said, I will poison these people and poison that person. I don't know where that mess is coming from, but all of a sudden, in less than 24 hours, 48 hours, the whole entire world heard about it. All of a sudden, the minister of FCT in Nigeria is threatening states and governors, and everybody is keeping quiet. If you don't tolerate, then you will. And that's the reason why it is happening. It is about time for us to stand on our 2 feet and begin to call on international bodies. So their bodies will remain in Nigeria and they can never leave Nigeria. I am telling you, it is doable and people are listening.
But international bodies cannot get involved if the Nigerian government did not allow them. Yes,
no. Don't do that. Don't say that. You're not out there.
Let's hear from Raji.
Let me finish. Let me answer her. Let me tell you something. Once we're able to take action against some of these ministers by letting, like I'm in Canada right now, if I go to my MP and begin to lay down every single thing that is being said by a minister, then it will circulate among all the MPs and they will have to discuss it. Is it allowable or not?
I do not think that this is an international issue. I can assure you, if I would like to think like Tinubu is thinking, Wike is digging his own grave, and in a few months you see action against him. As it is now, Wike is useless. Is more like a bat, not a bat, but the original bat. Neither mouse nor bird, neither animal nor bird. You see, in the few short months, it doesn't have to be an international issue. In the few short months, Wike will be history because he has shown evidence of insanity, and that insanity is rather deep. And I don't think that as much as gangster as this government is, he will be allowed to persist for too long. He will be taken off in a short while. Check my words. It doesn't have to be international.
He'll be taken off in a short while. Viewers,
in a short while, taken out.
Yes, we are talking here and we are talking deep. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Yes, there was this news also that came in that Nigeria is pushing for debt relief. There's a summit coming in Kigali, and our representative said he assures the federal government of continuous support and to see that some of those debt on us is taken off. That is Amina Mohammed. I hope you all know her, who she is. She is the UN Deputy Director. Did you have that news, PD? Do you have that news?
Yeah. UN Deputy Secretary. You understand? Has pledged and backing for Nigerian debt release, which was presented by Nigerian government. Yes, that's actually what I have here. I've not really gone through the.
Yeah, that's Amina Mohammed there. She's UN Deputy Secretary General. Okay, let's move on to more international news.
No, please, don't move on yet. Don't move on yet. I do not know, I do not understand the mentality of our government and even that of Amina Mohammed herself. How can any creditor forgive your debt when he sees that you take loans from him to go and to spend it without any
Frivolous
sense?
things.
Yes, how can you take a loan to go and buy a private jet, or take a loan to go and be doing paying salaries, to get a loan to be making roads that are not taught, look, nobody no in fact, we have to question those who give us loans. You have to question those who
And
give us loans. Why do you give us loans when you know that you are not going to be paid back? And we have to go the way APC was going with Jonathan, that they should tell all international donor countries that if you give any loan to the current government of Nigeria, rest assured that the next government may not be able to may cancel the
service the
agreement
land.
for which we gave that loan, knowing fully well that that loan will be wasted.
I quite agree with Saroji. You know what I said? I quite agree with him totally. Because this program, why I didn't want to talk about it, because the program has not really taken place. If they are going for a food summit in Rwanda, Kigali, and they're actually going to ask for investments, food supply, and not ask for debt relief. Now, from what Saraji has said, you're going to get investors, you want them to give you food supply, and you're asking for debt relief. Now, when they know that they are going to forgive you your debt, the possibility of trusting you for another investment, future investment, might not be there. Maybe this is one of the ways we shoot ourselves on the leg and we'll cry that investors are not coming into Nigeria, because they know that we can be trusted.
Powerful. Good insight from the two of you. Yes, these issues really affect us all, and somehow, it will rub on our future, on our generations to come. So we seek that they know what they are doing. Amina Mohammed, we appreciate you. We appreciate what you do there at the United Nations, but consider the decisions you make, policies you pull out, so that you don't plunge us into more deeper mare of economic mare. Gentlemen, let's move on. Gentlemen, ladies. I think George, you should be able to give us this update. George, what is happening with the story of the young man that wanted to kill the whole school? The story of the young man I wanted to. I mean, that's terrible, George. George, let's hear an update. What's new on that?
Which story is this that you're talking
The
about?
young man that has the schoolboy that went on a shooting spree in Georgia and killed 4 people. What's the news on that again? These are pictures of the 4 people: 2 teachers, 2 students, and one of the students was even an autistic boy. So, George, what's new on that?
I am really not I did not hear about this. I'm just hearing it for the first time, actually. So I can't comment on that.
Okay. Then let's do the update. But BD, do you have the story?
Yes,
Before I come in. Okay.
yes. They say it's a 14-year-old boy who shot a lot of people. He opened on people and he succeeded in killing 4 people.
Yeah.
And they said he will be charged for his actions. Now they explain that once you're 13 years and above and you commit any crime, that they will make you to pay for it. So because of that, the Georgia government is investigating the issue, and they said the boy will be charged. The name of the school, they say, is Code Gray. I mean, Code Gray School.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's the one I have on it.
Do you have any story on that, Raji? Are you following that update? Raji, I think you need to unmute your phone. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Raji.
It's rather unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate and that it become too rampant in America for all these school shootings, and something has to be done about it. Something drastic has to be done. My condolences to the families of those who lost their lives, and I wish we don't. I'll pray that we don't have more of these shootings, but it will be a future prayer if the government doesn't do something about gun control.
Yeah, indeed.
Actually, they say that what I'm reading actually is that the father of 14-year-old accused of killing two teachers and students out of Georgia was arrested and charged on Thursday. But you see, okay, what we're saying here is this. It's almost like what's happening in Nigeria. A section of people in US is trying to protect their gun rights. And part of the problem that we're having is these Republicans, they have ardently refused to do anything about allowing, like especially special ammunitions that are used in the warfare for people to own it, because this is how you can actually go and start shooting and killing a lot of people. But if it's like a pistol where you can, it's not easy for you to just, use a military style weapons to be killing people. It's really beyond comprehension how a supposedly intelligent, civilized nation, the world leader when it comes to they call it the leader of the free world, and these people are just doing this. The problem is when their families are involved. Most of these people that are doing this, their families are not involved. That's why they don't care. So it's the problem we having in Nigeria. You have similar situations happening in civilized countries. So sometimes you look at some of these things. It's crazy, honestly speaking. But look at that.
Thank you. Okay, yes, viewers, you're saying that's a killer, a 14-year-old boy, Colt Gray. Colt Gray and the father have been questioned in previous times about threat he was making online, and police said so many on those times they dismissed it and claimed that it wasn't too serious. But now the man you're seeing there has killed 4 people, and though the father and son have been arrested. So this is what we're getting from Georgia.
The father should be arrested and the father should be charged with the same crime that the son is committing. Because if the son did not go out there and buy a gun and using the father's gun, which is accessible to the young man, that is child abuse, and they should be charged with the same crime that the son committed. And that is the only way to deter these people.
He had like a big gun. I got up, I started running. He started shooting like 10 times.
We heard shots. The teacher ran, slammed the door, made us all go in the corner. I thought it was just like movies and stuff like that or something. I never thought it would be at my school.
My son actually called me while it was going on inside the classroom. Like I was inside the store and I heard him hollering and screaming and crying. I hear all the commotion in the background. I just dropped everything and sprinted to the car.
We do have a suspect in custody.
Okay, so that's it, viewers. A small snippet to what happened. We'll continue with this. I think we'll follow up with the court proceeding and all the charges that will be made on Colt Gray. Thank you. Let's go now to more stories. George, do you have what is happening with Hunter Biden? Are you following that up too?
Hunter Biden yesterday pled guilty to all the counts of the they were preparing to start the charges. Yes, the court case yesterday. But when they arrived there, first and foremost, they wanted to plead guilty on a special provision. While the prosecutor refused, and the judge also, who is a court-appointed judge by Trump, also refused. So they came back and he pled guilty to all the counts, citing that he's caused too much pain for his family and does not wish to continue with such. So right now, Hunter Biden is pled guilty, and I think the sentencing should be somewhere in November, thereabout. So that's what we have right now. When he was asked whether he was pushed by anybody to do so, he said that it was his personal decision to plead guilty to such charges, and that the reason why he wants to do so is when he discovered during the gun charge that was where he was found guilty, actually, that he didn't want to put his family into such stress anymore. So what the court did at this particular time was to read all I believe it's the 59 charges thereabout. So when they started doing so, the mother, the first lady, left and didn't hear all those things. So evidently he made a quality decision not to put his family into such stress anymore.
So we know that previously he had denied all the allegations, and he was trying to intentionally avoid paying $1.4 million in his income tax. BD, now we see
subsequently he paid $2 million. Yes, he paid $2 million on those charges, and even the judge, because he's a Trump-appointed judge, refused the prosecutor, the defending attorneys to say anything about it. So which is actually unfair, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. BD, we see that he's been convicted on 3 felonies, like George is telling us, connected to purchase of a rifle, battling with drug addiction, lying about his drug use. Do you think that
tax evasion,
tax evasion and all that? When we have such situation and the father is the president of the country, how do you think this will play out from your own assessment?
Even for the step they've taken so far and the involvement of the attorney, honestly, I commend the guy and the father. I commend them for even trying to own up. That shows you a system that is working. Trying to even
accept. I know, yes, to commend.
Initially, no, there is in Nigeria. We won't be hearing this we're hearing now. Nobody will even talk about it. They will sweep it under the carpet. Am I not right? In Nigeria,
yes.
Nobody will talk about it. To be swept under the carpet. We know what happened with Tinubu's son in UK about the building. Is anybody still talking about it? Was anybody persecuted for it? No. Please, I commend them. That shows you that they have a system that is working. I'm telling you.
Thank you,
my own take.
Yeah. Okay.
Good one. Right. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. You see, we are too quick to compare Agbaluma with Apple. We should not compare Nigeria at all in any way with America.
Well, we are copying them.
And there's nothing commendable in what Biden is doing, because they have standards. So you have to judge them with their standards, not judge them with Nigerian standards.
So you judge them with their standards. What's stopping Nigerians from having that standard?
We can't. We have to evolve. Now, what is happening now is
you copying their politics. If you don't want to take their standards, why are you copying politics?
We are not copying. We don't copy Americans. We have not copied American anything.
Yes,
we are making mistakes. We are not copying American anything. We have not. Whatever we have developed in Nigeria is entirely Nigerian. There's nothing similar between our government and the American government. There's nothing similar. There's no similarity. What is happening in the US now is pure politics. It's all about the next elections.
It's all about the next elections.
It's all about the next elections.
Okay.
Maybe this is a lamb to the slaughter. Maybe he is a lamb to the slaughter.
Yes.
Maybe the same way Jesus Christ when he laid down his life for us. That same way he laid down his life.
Yes. After everything, you'll be surprised that after the elections, you'll be pardoned. After the elections, you'll be pardoned.
Let's go ahead with the updates. We'll take a break, but before then, there is the news early this morning that in Kenya, fire killed 17 school children. Fire killed 17 school children in Kenya. But we'll be back to give more updates. Gentlemen, thank you for being around. See you on the other side.
Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent reporting is to make you better understand the world as we evolve.
A year ago, I wrote a book titled The Final Solution, and I was trying to say to the rest of the world that there are challenges ahead. Now, a prophecy did come, and that prophecy is coming to pass. But I'm telling you, the final solution has been found many years ago in the Bible, because the Bible simply says righteousness exalts a nation and sin is a reproach to the people. So I want you to know that you can get solutions to problems in Ukraine, in Russia, in Nigeria, indeed all parts of the world. We need that solution, and the solution is straightforward. Please get a copy of my book. It's the Final Solution by Bishop Schengen Johnson, and you can find it in Kindle, in Amazon. Just type Bishop Schengen Johnson, The Final Solution. It's very, very small book you can read within 2 hours, but it contains the final solution. Do get a copy. Not getting it is doing disservice to humanity. Don't forget The Final Solution.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. The articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions, celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle, inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment, a better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story magazine. Get Schengen Story magazine full editions.
All right, viewers, you're welcome back to SSM Friday World Affairs. Gentlemen, let's put our satellite to France. France is on the burner. The President Emmanuel Macron yesterday named a man that I was also been following. He's called, I think that name is Michel Barnier. Michel Barnier, 73-year-old man, becomes the new prime minister for France under the French Fifth Republic. So he replaced the young man that decided to leave. George, are you following that story from France? France and Michel, the new prime minister. Take note, the president is higher than in France. The prime minister is the ceremonial head. Is still the president that is the one that steers the ship. So who has any update on France? Okay. Are you there? Am I audible?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes,
okay.
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, good.
You know, for most people, the situation in France looks very, very weird. But according to the French Constitution and what a lot of commentators have said, the French Constitution provides for the president or the head of government the avenue of a constitutional dictatorship. In any election, by now it is the person with the higher vote who should be talking, and not Macron. By now, Macron should be out of the but Macron is still calling the shots, and he has called in a person with the least number of votes to be to come in to be head of government. You know.
Yes. No, but that's a sign that he's still generalizing the leadership, because Banya is not really on his party line. Banya is a top liner. Take note, Banya was one of those that start to give Britain. I mean, he was a negotiator during the British.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brexit. And his party had about the least of votes in the last elections.
So for Macron to bring him in.
That's why I'm saying that the French Constitution has allowed Macron the constitutional dictatorship, so that he be able to appoint more or less his own successor. You see,
okay. But look at it from a different angle, though. You know, because number one, he is appointing a different individual from a different political party as the prime minister, which is a coalition type of government, whereby he is negotiating and making sure that he's bringing in another political party to support his government. So you see, in their type of governance, it's not the executive presidency of America or Nigeria, what we are emulating from America. This also, because he did not have the popular, the proper votes to become a sole government, he had to look for coalition with other political parties. So it's a political move, and which is it is a sharp political move. A 73-year-old, and remember. The major thing about this guy is, he has been negotiating with with Britain about during
the Brexit exit. Then listen to this. The new prime minister also was one of those lawmakers who voted against a law that criminalized homosexuality. And this was one of the reasons why the young man, the other man, Gabriel Attul. This was one of the reasons why he left, because there were pressure on him, prime minister, and a gay man, So it's going to be a tough one also, more on some of these policies in France, because France somehow allows this LGBT whatever will also happen during the Olympics. So for Macron to bring him in, that means there's going to be balance. There's going to be some level of decorum in governance in the society also, because this guy is real tough liner. He's not a pushover person. Okay, let's still stay on France. There's this very crazy story in France. I don't know if you all are following that. SSM has been pushing the story. There's a man called Pelicot. Perverted mind, old man, but this man was this man allowed his wife, for old woman too, to be raped, assaulted, and he was even filming all of this all through this whole time. Pelicot, it's a crazy story. We've never had any story like this before. The French people are all wondering what got into this man. I don't know. Do any of you have that story, Pelicot?
It's really a crazy story that you just want to read it and then run away from it, because you don't want it to even attach itself into your mindset. You don't want it to have anything to do with, even to the point of this man, having a picture of his daughter of his daughter's naked picture of his daughter. I mean, this man is depraved, seriously depraved. How can an individual be paying people to come and drug his wife, to come and rape his wife? This is, you know, I mean, I think an alien being is inhabiting this man. Demons are in him, because there's no normal individual with normal senses that can be behaving like this. This guy has become so depraved that, you know, he's a reprobate, honestly speaking. I've not had stories like this before. It's just
nobody has had stories like this before. It's sickening.
Up to 50 to 70 people pay them to come and rape your wife while you're watching and recording it. You gotta be something else.
You know, Sir John, the sentiment you just expressed is what came to me. That I don't want to even dwell on it for much. For more than 30
you know,
seconds.
it's beyond comprehension.
For it to be ingrained in my psyche. No, I better forget it. An old man.
But I mean, you're newsmen, so
you have to deal with it.
Yes. That you have to also protect yourself.
Yeah, that's true. But also because we just follow the news. Sometimes you just have to see what is going on. I mean, let's see this clip. So that's a clip of that's a clip of the woman, the man's wife. That she's bold enough. She said she can't hide again. She came out. She's the one testifying. She's the one brave. She put out every animal, every whatever they might call it, so that she can be in court, tell the court everything she knows. And I mean, it's really crazy. It's crazy. So, but
my question is this: I still have some questions. This thing happened over a period of time, and several times. And this woman, though she was drugged, had no clue whatsoever, and no, you know, nothing. It's only when she contracted some kind of SD, sexual, transmitted disease, that she started to, so she never suspected that something was wrong. And I just don't, I don't understand. The whole story is so weird and so bizarre that I just want to, get into, because, there is another aspect of this whole entire thing. I mean, for how many years did this happen? And there was no suspicion, no.
Yes, for 4 years, the act was going on, and that during that 4 years, what she said was she was she was put under strong intoxicants, drug that made her not know, unconscious of who she was, what she was doing, and that made it possible for all those 50 more men to rape her while the man was filming. And that's the world for you, gentlemen. It's how it is. Sick individuals are with us, and there's nothing anybody can do. Some people's minds are very depraved. Some people are real sick inside, mentally sick, emotionally, every way. So that's what we're hearing in France. It's happening in a small town in France, and the town even they all can't believe that this is happening in their village. Okay. Yes, they are all shocked at the story. No, it started. You know how the thing came out to the open. She was in a supermarket one day. The woman, Pelicot, Madame Pelicot, she was in the supermarket, and some group of women from her village, from that town, were discussing the thing. They were discussing on how a man has a video clip of a woman being raped and all that. So the discussion, so she ear dropped into it, and somehow consciously, her brain awoken, and that was how the whole thing started coming up. That this is me. So this happened to me, and good thing. It's happening in the Western world where they can get hold of everybody. Now they've gotten hold of all the men, and some of the men were saying that the father, the Pelicot man, also it kind of assaulted them, subjected them into doing that thing, you know. And crazy story, but this is what it is.
How did he subject them? By paying them money? Is that paying the money is subjecting them into this? Because he must have been, it was written that he was paying them to do this.
So it was, what the man was trying to do was have a file, probably in the porn world, in this sick people's world. They've never had that kind of file before, that kind of collection of videos. So maybe he wanted to have that in for them, an historic video clip.
It's sick.
All right,
man, it's sick.
Yes. Let's go ahead, gentlemen. Trump says Elon Musk will be in his government. George, do you have that story? That's a good story, Raji. Is that a good story, Raji?
Let Raji handle this one, because that one is beyond me. Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk is a fantastic businessman, but he's more weird than even Trump himself. That combination will be a dynamic, evil duo. I don't even understand it.
We are in for very interesting times in the US.
My God.
Let the trumpet sound.
Oh my God!
Don't use that word now, gentlemen. It's not, George. That's not how I would say it.
Elon Musk.
He said Elon Musk
have mercy.
Is efficient. He said he's very efficient with some policies, financial policies. He performed very good audits on businesses. So why not bring that idea, that idea to governance? So I think it would be a great one, because George, I beg you, listen to this.
Borderless government.
George,
it will be a borderless government if it ever happens, and that will be the downfall of the US if it ever happens. I can guarantee you that.
Hold on. If you look at Elon Musk progression, you will see that yes, if he's in government, he will make fantastic progress. Elon Musk started as a financial person, pay stack and pay and all those things, financial payments, and he was very, very efficient. Efficient and effective.
Just because you're successful in business does not mean that you should have anything to do with the government of the people.
No.
When the business of government follows the same principles as business. You want to make government business.
There is another aspect of governance that needs to be understood, and that is number one, maintaining what you call, culture, decorum, and balance of, human relationship and all that kind of stuff. This man he ought to go to Mars and begin to govern in Mars. We need to put him. Create a state
you are too conservative. You are very, very conservative in your views. We are in a very progressive world. Look at what Elon Musk has been able to achieve.
What has he achieved? Because he has, yes, of course, he's a genius. He's a genius, but simply because a genius doesn't make you, a force when it comes to governance.
When you look at a process person. Because everything about man is a matter of processes, and Elon Musk is a processes person. And if he brings up
Trump is more weird than Trump, believe me. And that combination will not happen in the US. And let me tell you something: Trump is just saying that. If you know Trump, he will not appoint Elon Musk, because he needs somebody that he can control. And Elon Musk is not somebody. He's a wild animal when it comes to decision making. He will not appoint Elon Musk. I can guarantee you that.
He has said he'll appoint him again. And I trust.
Didn't he say that with other government, other people?
I trust Trump with his words. Trump promised that he will make Jerusalem the eternal capital of Israel. promise that too many other presidential hopefuls in the US had made. When they became POTUs, they did not do it. But Trump promised it and did it. And did it. Okay.
The only reason Trump got into that got into power the first time was for the sole purpose of transferring the capital of Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, preparing for the Lord's coming. Listen to this. Listen, he never promised. He came to his table and he did it. Because religious leaders came and told him, he asked questions and they answered him. That's the place Jesus Christ is supposed to be coming. So, and he did it. So it's over. You can take it to the bank and bank it. When the election is over, I will come and discuss this. I'm telling you this now. He's already fulfilled his purpose. And that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, George, what I want to add to that, like you said earlier, a man that had done well outside in business, yes, could be a good politician, a leader politically. You know why?
Yes.
Because he understands the rudiment. You see, what we have in Africa in most cases, these men just come from nowhere and they want to rule. They want to lord over people when they've not tasted how it is to run a company, even if it is a family business. You know,
they don't understand.
Didn't after being the governor of Lagos State, did he not do well in business in Lagos? Did he not do
business?
well?
Which business did Tinubu do?
No. Whether it was by crook or by whatever, Tinubu is a successful man when it comes to Yoruba land and
Tinubu
Lagos State.
It's a successful thief.
Is it,
put it that way.
We'll call him that, but
and people have just agreed. Look,
he is your president today.
Let me tell you how. Wando came to being. Wando did not pay one kobo in the acquisition of everything they needed to buy Unipetrol. All that they did was to use Lagos government money and pass it through some process and use it to buy Unipetrol. So Tinubu maybe he's a successful thief, and the things in what is happening in Nigeria has made it easy for him to do whatever he wants to do. Okay. He cannot survive.
All right, gentlemen, let's put our satellite. I want us to do what we call deep search in a country in the northeast of Africa, and it borders with Chad on the west, Libya on the northwest, Egypt on the north, the Red Sea on the east. I'm talking about Sudan. Sudan has become the center of humanitarian crisis and is of epic proportion. Sudan, let's talk about Sudan. A lot of people are not talking about Sudan, you know. I don't know why people don't, news houses don't want to talk about Sudan. Maybe they think it's a failed state, so there's no point talking. But it's time to also air our voice and see how Sudan can become a better country. I mean, Sudan has lost it. George, what we know is that Sudan that has a population of about 50 million people as at 2024 and occupies about 1,800,000 something square meters, is also Africa's third largest country by area. And Sudan has a lot of what could make it a great country, but Sudan presently is the epic center of humanitarian disaster, and it is not looking good at all. Gentlemen, it's sad. We have Sudan right inside Africa. You take note, Sudan has two parts now. You have the South Sudan, then you have this Sudan. Now, this one we're talking about is the one that has the capital as Khartoum. Raji, you're always following African updates.
Yes.
Will you tell us?
The Sudanese case is very, very sad.
Very sad.
Because it is neither a civil war nor just that there's a failure of government. Two army officers are facing each other and want to take control the country.
Sure.
Unfortunately, international forces, some U.S. and Russia are also using it as a proxy war. You know, for control.
And Sudan has been plunged into a know-nothing land. I mean, look at you. Are you seeing pictures, viewers? You're seeing pictures. This is Sudan for you. This is it. Women are constantly being raped. Torture is going on. Go ahead.
There's no government.
Nothing.
There's no it is so brutal, and people are just being taken advantage of. There's no government happening. It doesn't seem to be any better than Somalia or Yemen, and I don't understand.
George,
even Rwanda.
The problem we have here is
Rwanda at the peak of the criminality was better.
Selective attention, because Sudan, I don't know if they have any type of minerals or oil or whatever, and that is the reason why all their wars are being ignored internationally. Only the humanitarian organizations are going there to help, but it's getting worse and worse every day. And this is something we are talking about every day. If you know the number of people that are dying in that country, the number of children, malnutrition, no place to sleep, no place to rest, no place to use the washroom, just in the desert area, with that kind of humanitarian crisis that is taking place, and the world is at bay watching. If there was some kind of special mineral, if they have gold or silver or something that the world needs, you would have seen international countries clamoring to bring peace upon these people. But because they don't have anything to offer the world, as in, like economic, something that will help some of these first world countries, that's why they are languishing. I remember many years ago when Clinton was being accused of ignoring the wars that was happening in Sudan. And he was really accused of it because he ignored it for a long time, because there was nothing for them to offer to the world. Therefore, they are left. Can you imagine how many years these people have been languishing in this crisis that has been going on? So consider generations that are wiped out from these nations, the two sides of Sudan. It is so it's despicable, and it's not even something that you need to see sometimes. When you see the states that they live like animals.
Yes. George,
dogs in America are having better lifestyle than most of these Sudanese people. It's crazy. I think the world needs to come together, get these leaders that are selfish and self-centered, that are so inhuman, that they need to go there. These are the type of places where they go and get the leaders. If they don't want to do anything, what they did to Libyan president, this is the place where they're supposed to do it, not in Libya that was functioning effectively. Look at Libya today after Gaddafi was done. How is Libya today? Recently, people, about 167 Nigerians were brought back from Libya because of the economic condition in that place. So they're coming back from Libya from frying pan into fire. So that's exactly what it is. I think the world needs to come together and care about these people and mandate that the two governing bodies that are fighting with each other ought to come to a table and decide how to be able to care for the people, or else let them be removed, forced out of government, and put an interim government in that place that can actually, restore dignity and respect of humanity in that place. It is so sad.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Raji. That's it, viewers. Sudan. We just put our satellite on Sudan. Beautiful country, but has become the epic center of humanitarian crisis. And we're talking of real epic proportion of that scale. Sudan, that's the flag there. We call on authorities, United Nations, to look more into Sudan. Sudan is being ravaged. Look at families, children, people live. George, you're comparing dogs don't live like this in the West.
They don't.
The dogs live far better than this. So Sudan is in a very, very terrible state, and we hope authorities, people concerned, United Nations, World UNICEF, WHO, all of these bodies should come and really see what can be done to Sudan. Instead of giving money to Ukraine to kill them, go fight with a big animal, why not give this money to Sudan to start up their life? I mean, George, some of these being politically correct things that we want to align with. I mean, the NATO will take billions of money to support a small man and tell the small man to go and fight a big man, and they know it won't work. That money will go in the shambles. Now that money, half of that money, because when you bring that amount of money to Africa, is a lot of money. Half of that money could put Sudan. Raji and George.
It could rebuild the whole entire nation. It could rebuild the entire nation. It could bring life back to the dead in that area, or the dying in that area. You see, and that's exactly what, I'm glad that you're making the comparison. Billions and billions are being spent to go and annihilate lives. Let a country like US or Russia or whatever, let them adopt Sudan. Make it an extension of their own country. Give aid to them, give lifeline to them. Then we will know that you are truly a superpower or want to be a superpower. It's so sad. It's very, very sad.
Okay. Thank you, George. George, awesome. Raji has gone off. Our time is up. You guys have done well. So, viewers, you want to thank you for being through with us throughout the week. Started with the Between the Lines Monday, Wednesday, Friday, African update, and today we've done our international world news. So until we come again next week, have a beautiful weekend. And God bless you.
Have a great weekend and be safe out there and enjoy your weekend.
Yes. Thank you, George. Bye-bye.
Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent reporting is to make you better understand the world as we evolve.